When I got sober, there were no inpatient facilities for women in Western Washington. Where the judge was considering sending me was to Cedar Hills Hospital for the Criminally Insane. And this little girl wasn't going there. I talked him out of it twice. Not once, but twice. So I went through outpatient. There just weren't any other options. And going through the outpatient, I did my assessment and lied through my teeth through it, totally minimized my alcohol use, didn't even talk about drugs. And the counselor doing the assessment said I was a mid to late stage alcoholic, and I was floored. I was just trying to have fun. I didn't understand how I really was that low of a bottom of alcoholic. But she was right. I cannot control my drinking once I start. I don't know what's going to happen. In treatment, there was a guy. It's so funny. I remember this. We were doing fourth steps inventories, and he was going to have to go tell his boss that he was a chef, and he was going to have to tell his boss that he'd stolen some knives. And he was kind of concerned that he was going to get fired. And he went and did his fourth step, and he went and did make his amends, and he did get fired. And he came back, and he was still doing good, and he was looking for another job. And I was absolutely floored that somebody would actually do something like that to stay sober. I hadn't really seen what it takes to stay sober, that it really takes some actions. Those are not always easy, but it definitely is a requirement for staying sober in the long run. I went to a lot of meetings. The Alano Club in Bellevue was about the only place around to go to meetings at that time. So I went to a lot of meetings. I went to a lot of first step meetings. I got a sponsor. I worked the steps, and I did fellowship. So I did things with people outside of the meetings. We'd go and have coffee and smoke at Denny's till all hours of the night and have these wonderful conversations. And it was just learning how to have friends being sober. It was just such a foreign concept to me, to actually have friends and how to have conversations and how to have fun. I really thought I was never going to have fun again if I stopped drinking. I mean, what's the fun in that? And truly, there's no comparison. Is stay no matter what, even if it's hard or uncomfortable, which it often is. Just stay, and life can get really, really good, and you can have a lot of fun and a lot of adventures and a lot of love and so many things to be grateful for. It will be different, but you'll have real friends. And I would tell myself, one of the things that I learned, I continued to work in a bar my first year of sobriety. Not that I recommend it, but that's just where I was. And while I was drinking, I learned to stay close to the source. So I stayed close to the bars, boyfriends were all drug dealers, on and on. And in sobriety, I've learned to stay close to the source, which is having a relationship with a higher power, with God, staying close to AA, my sponsor, my sponsees. To stay close to what works. And no matter what, you never have to pick up a drink again.